Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kylie and for today's video we're going to do my August book haul. I got quite a few books in August. I was down visiting friends, so I had definitely had the chance to visit a few bookshops that while I was down there and buy a few things as well. But without further ado, let's get into the books. So grab a coffee, a cup of tea, hot chocolate, a drink, a snack, and sit down and relax and enjoy as I go through all the books that I got in August. First up, we'll go through the boxes. Now, I have opened these before, but I'll just quickly go through them. Now, the first book I got was a pre-order. It's a book to the second book to a book I already had, and this is Redemptor by Jordan F. Lucky. This is the fairy edition with the stencils edges. I wanted this to match the other Fairy Loot edition of Raybearer, so they would match. This is, I believe, the UK cover because the American one is completely different. So this does do this, but they are absolutely gorgeous with the uh, stenciled edges. Um, I've not read this yet. I was planning to read this month, but I hadn't gone too far. If I can squeeze it in, I, I can certainly do it. I meant to actually read it next month, just didn't get around to it. But this basically is a story where this girl she's raised in isolation, but then her mother basically puts her up for like this training, but uh, unfortunately, this training is to kill the prince, basically. So I'm really looking forward to this. If I can squeeze this in this month, I will. If not, I'm definitely planning to be one of my first reads when I read it in um, October. So yeah, so these have the matching set. Following on from this, I also have the Illuminate edition. Now, I have opened this box, but this is the special edition, and this also comes um, with a book cover that you can put the book inside, and this would fit both versions quite nicely. I'll show you the books in a second. Um, but there would be that is very nice. I will definitely be using that. It's the first one I've got for that. I'll be looking to see because I've seen quite a few people use them. I'll be looking to see to get the a larger size for some of the larger hardcovers. Uh, then we got this lion necklace. Now, it's not definitely something I would wear, but I really do like it. If you know me, I'm a huge fan of The Lion King. This gives me complete Lion King vibes. If I was doing dressing up or anything like that, or had a dress on, I probably would wear it. I know somebody wouldn't, but I would probably uh, uh, would do this, you know. I don't know. I like it. I probably not something I would wear every day, but massive Lion King fans, I really like this. The other thing that I wasn't sure of because I haven't read the book, but was these little character stand-up people. I'm not the biggest fan of these kind of things, but maybe if I like really like the characters, it's a good thing. And if you are and it's these, I just really like the editions. And I am a bit of a book collector, so then we go on to the actual editions of them. So the first one would be Raybearer, and it's completely different, as you can see uh, from the fairy loot. It's got these gorgeous ombre sprayed edges, and under the dust jacket, it has um, um like embossed stenciled naked hardcover again, this gives me Lion King vibes. This is why I've got two versions of this book, because this gives me so much Lion King vibes. It's unbelievable. I love that. So that was the that edition, and similarly we have Redemptor, which has the blue ombre as well, and again underneath the dice, oh, this is purple. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, it's like gorgeous. These ones aren't signed. The other ones where they had a signed booklet, I missed out on the signed one, but because I knew I had already, I wasn't too bothered. These are my colours. Again, if anybody knows me, that these are my colours. I love purple and teal turquoise colours. But yes, absolutely love this. Really happy with all the additions. They will look very, very nice on my bookshelves of this. I'm terrible, but I really wanted these because these such give me Lion King vibes. So that was that. The next book I got was the actual Illuminate August book. I got it in September, but I'm counting it in because it's meant to be the August book. And this is The Devil Makes Free. It again has absolutely gorgeous the sprayed edges. It's all shiny. I don't know if you can see that, but it's absolutely, oh, it's kind of all shiny. On the cover, and underneath the end paper is absolutely gorgeous. Kind of got this kind of water oil kind of tie-dye effect. It's beautiful. Um, and it has again lovely stenciling on the naked cover, and it should be signed as well. Um, So, again, I don't know, until I got this box, I didn't know much about this, but it does sound really interesting. I'll read you the blurb. When Tess and Elliot stumble across an ancient book hidden in the secret tunnel beneath the school library, they accidentally release a devil from the book-bound prison, and he'll stop nothing to stay free. He'll manipulate the ink in the library books to do his bidding. He will murder in the stacks, and he'll bleed Etcha's Tess's life until freedom is permanent. Forced to work together, Tess and Elliot find a way to re-trap the devil before he kills everyone they know and love, including each other. Compared to what the devil has in store for them, school stress suddenly doesn't seem so bad after all. So this is kind of dark academia, kind of murder mystery in a book about books. So this really sounds really good. I do like this. So if I can get round to this next month, because it's spooky season, I certainly will. But yeah, that was that, and that's all the book box stuff. The next few books are ones I got in Waterstones before I went south. So this was the first one was I Love Lloyd. This is the first book in the second era of the Mistborn series. This is by Brandon Sanderson. This basically is set 200, about 200 years or further into the future from the first series. So we're following different characters. I believe this is kind of more steampunky or kind of westerny, and kind of feels, rather than the other one was kind of quite medieval. Um, the first book basically follows, this has gone like 200 years before this, but basically the first book in the first area follows a man called Kelsier. He's an allomancer. This basically means he can ingest metal, and he gets different powers from each of these medicines, and he's what we call a mistborn. You also do have a lesser form, which is called a mistling, and depending on what metal they do, they're not all equivalent to each other. If they have this skill for this, and they take this like little particles of metal in a kind of vial, and they get these powers, and this can be push and pull metal, or like calm people down. But basically, the world has been ruled over by a a Dark Lord for many, many years, and Kelsier basically employs a ragtag gang of kind of people with Alchemists to basically overthrow the Dark Lord. And through this, he finds this female protagonist who's called Rin, and she's a street urchin. He finds her. He also finds out she is a Mistborn as well, and he trains her along with us with the gang. So yeah, I love this series. I can't wait to continue this. Again, this is one I want to possibly get to this next month. I'm currently this is part of the Brandstan's overall Cosmere at the moment. I'm reading Atlantis and really enjoying it. So I want to possibly get to this one next. The next book that I got is another epic high fantasy, and this is The Eye of the World by Robert Jordan. This has pretty much been all over. This is a very beloved epic high fantasy. The reason why I want to get to this is the Amazon series is coming out in November, and I'd possibly like to get to it before then. But I've heard amazing things. I don't know really much about this series other than it's to do with time. But I read the blurb. The world of time turns, the ages come to pass, leaving memories that come legend, legends that hide myth. Even the myth is long forgotten when the age gave birth turns. What was, what will be, what is made yet fall under the shadow. The twilight well, just basically goes on to the blurb. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. I want to get into this blind because it does. I really, really, really like. I've heard this is quite kind of Renaissance-y rather than medieval kind of fantasy. Could be completely wrong, but that's the kind of vibes I get it. And the series, what I've seen, the trailer of it looks absolutely amazing. So yeah, I can't wait to get to that. And the next book that I got was a recommendation I saw on Spooky Hall's books from Spooky Hall's video. It's one of her, if not her, one of her favourite books. I thought this was absolutely stunning. It really intrigued me. I really like to look at the hardcover as well. I know this is just coming out in paperback. I kind of wanted to get the hardback before it disappeared. I do like a good hardback, especially with this pretty as well, and the book sounds amazing as well. I will just read the blurb. Um, to begin the story of Betty Carpenter, born in a bathtub to a Cherokee father and a white mother, Betty is the sixth of eight siblings inhabiting the world of property and violence. When her father's darkest secrets are brought to light, Betty has no choice but to reckon with her brutal history, hiding in the hills, as well as heart-wrenching cruelties and incredible characters and the characters of a rural town in Breasthead, Ohio. But despite the hardship she faces, Betty and resilient, her curiosity about the natural world, her fierce love for her sisters and her father is brilliant stories are kindling from the fire to her own imagination and the face of all she bears witness to. Betty discovers an escape. She begins to write. It sounds awesome. It sounds so, yeah. Um, I'm really looking forward to this, but yes, look at that cover. It's absolutely stunning. The next book that I got, the ones are all the books that I got when I was down south. Um, I managed to actually find a really good little independent shop down there, and from this I managed to find uh, a Barnes and Noble copy of Frankenstein. These are amazing because they're kind of don't know, they're kind of rubbery, kind of silicone kind of things. Absolutely gorgeous. I think we all know the story of Frankenstein, for like what Frankenstein did, Frankenstein's monster basically. Not to confuse, the monster is not Frankenstein, it's the scientist that invented this. And I believe this is just him. I really just can't wait to read this, basically. Look at the absolutely in papers on that. It's absolutely stunning. And the edges there. I couldn't believe when I actually saw this. I know there are like bookshops that have like, I always like little independents because you never can know what you're going to find, and you're supporting independent bookshop as well. So yeah, I was so happy to find this. And again, it's spooky season, so I definitely want to read this. I've definitely been using one from the prompts. It's one I haven't read and I really, really want to get to. So yeah, I've heard so many good things about this classic. I'm not into classics that much, so this is one I kind of really want to start with. But yes, absolutely adore this, and I couldn't believe I could find it. So yeah. I've actually forgot another one. Before I go ahead, this is a book I didn't get down south, but I got up here. And this is my current read, which is Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is from the author that wrote the Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo and David Jones in the Six. I've not read either, but I really wanted to get this because again, I'm a sucker for a really nice cover. This book is stunning. It's absolutely good with those orange papers, and underneath the dust jacket, look at that baby blue. That's absolutely gorgeous. Um, Basically, this is something I've done. I'm actually in the 80s baby, and this book is set in the 80s, and it definitely gives off 80 vibes. This basically follows this um, Malibu August 1983. It's the day of Nina Ray's annual end of summer party in anticipation from a fever pitch. Everyone who's everyone wants to be invited to catch a glimpse of the famous Weaver siblings. Nina, the talented surfer, and her supermodel brother Jay and Hud. One a champion surfer, the other a renowned photographer, and her adored baby sister Kit. Together, their siblings are a source of fascination in Malibu, and the world is over, especially as children. The legacy singer Mick Weaver. By midnight, the party was completely out of control. By morning, the River Mansion would have gone up in flames. By head, that is first back in the early hours before dawn. The alcohol will flow and the music will play, and the loves and secrets that snapped this family will all come bubbling to the surface. It really sounds so good. I've actually started reading this, and it just pulls you in. It's absolutely great. So if I really like this, I can't wait to read the rest of her books. But yeah, I love this. The next book that I got was actually another kind of one that I saw. Actually saw Steph from Steph Loves reading this, and it's the 95th anniversary edition of Winnie the Pooh. I think we all know what Winnie the Pooh is. Basically, a lovable bear love honey, has lots of friends like Piglet, or Tiger, Kanga. But this is gorgeously illustrated as well. I love Winnie the Pooh. These are beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. I cannot wait to read this again. This is another one I probably want to try and squeeze in next month. I love the actual illustrations on this. I Winnie Pooh is one of my favorites. So yeah, I really can't wait to do it. This cover is absolutely gorgeous as well. So yeah. The next book that I got quite a few books in a charity shop when I was down south as well. Um, Now, the first one I managed to find was a hardback edition of Stephen King's Needful Things. I know that older like hardbacks are like sometimes harder to find, so it's a good find, and usually it's either online or like at a charity shop. But I really love these old editions of this. I haven't read much to Stephen King. I do like him, but I don't know that too much about this, but what I have been doing is trying to read through the multiverse. So this is one of the books that does have connections to it. Um, and all these books have kind of common kind of places to it. For example, Castle Rock Rain is where Paula Chambers runs the Stu and shares Alan plot that's in charge of keeping the peace. It's a small town, and Stephen King fans might think they've known this secret pretty well. They've been here before. Castle Rock's one of the ones basically where it happens in a lot in his books through the the multiverse. So there's little Easter eggs, and that's just what I want to read through. Leyland Gaunt is a stranger. He calls the shop Needful things. 11-year-old Brian Rusk is the first is his first customer, and Brian finds out he wants most of the world. 1950 Sandy coffin based card. And the end of the week, Mr. Gaunt business is fairly booming. At Neve thinks there's something for everyone. I'm just going to say this, but yes, really looking forward to this. Like I said, I have been trying to read through the multiverse at the moment, and I just couldn't believe it was £2. That was a bargain. The next two ones I also got through this was a series I'm currently reading through. This is Air of Fire and Empire Stars by Sarah J. Maas. I'm currently reading through the From a Glass series. This is the next book I got on. It was £1. They both were £1. I have read this one, but I haven't got it in book form. I'm currently reading them uh, on the Kindle or on ebook. So yeah, that was a really good find. I'm glad I got a copy of this as well, and I can't actually wait to get to this one that should be getting to this fairly soon. Um, the series has gone on for this book is, but the first book is basically about Selena Zardorsian. She is an assassin. It starts in the book basically. She is a slave in these mines. She was a prisoner. When the king basically finds her, or the prince finds her, and convinces to enter these basically wants her to be his compete to be the king's champion. So they go through all these trials, and there's a lot of other stories going from there. But I am enjoying the series so far. It's a pretty much like four four or five. One has a 5, maybe this one will, but all the other ones have kind of been 4. But yes, I'm looking forward to reading this, and I'm glad I've got paper copies of these now. Book I got was actually another cover, and this was One by One by Ruth Ware. I can't believe I found this. Because this is one I've been wanting to read for a while. I've not read any of Ruth Ware. I want to possibly start with this one. It sounds really good. Basically, this involves this company. I think it is kind of music app company. They go up, it's a kind of business kind of retreat meeting kind of thing while they're up there in this like alpine ski resort. The clock is ticking, and offer as with the group initially split, tensions are running high when an avalanche cuts off the chalet from help, and the one member goes missing in the snow. The group is forced to ask, would someone resort to murder to get what they want? So basically, it's kind of like buyout kind of things, like competition, kind of murder, and also an avalanche. What more can you want? But I'm really looking forward to this, and I couldn't believe I found this for like £2. So yeah. Um, the next book I got when I was down there was I'm planning to read Mrs. Spider Saucer, but this was Troy by Stephen Fry. This is the third one he's done. I think there was Mythos, Heroes, and Troy. I want to get into uh, basically Greek legend and myths and retellings and that kind of thing, because quite a few books are and retellings. I'm really fascinated in this. I wanted to start with the Stephen Fry books, but yes, this is basically like his this is non-fiction, basically his way of telling the basically the myth of Troy. I'm looking forward to this. There's not much else I can say about it. I'm looking forward to it. And the last book that I got was Full Metal Alchemist, the first three bind-ups of the first three volumes. This is a very beloved manga and anime. I recently saw Rose's video as well on uh, her manga, her guide to manga, and this is one of her favourites. I've not seen about, but never actually dipped my toe around it. But what I believe and what Rose kind of said, that basically it follows two brothers, and they're alchemists, but something goes wrong, and one loses an arm and a leg, the other brother loses basically everything. He's just a soul, and so his brother basically, in order to save him, puts him in a suit of armor or something, and it basically goes their adventures goes from there. I don't know much about this other than the fact it's a really, really beloved manga, and it's another one I'd like to get into. I've not read a lot of manga. I've read a few that I do like as well, but this is another I really like to get in. Like I said, people have said it's quite a shorter manga to get into. I'm going to see if I got the first three. It wasn't too bad, but yeah, I wanted to try it out and see if I like it. It does sound very interesting. But yeah, I'm looking forward to diving into this. I've, I'm looking forward to diving into this. But yeah, that was pretty much it. Well, that's all the books I had in August. It was quite a lot. I don't know how many. This is quite a wee bit of a pile. Um, But yeah, if you like that, give me a like. If you want to subscribe, please subscribe. It's appreciated. It helps me out. If you've read any of these books and you'd like to discuss them, or if you didn't like them, let me know. If if you're planning to read them in any future read-alongs, let me know as well. If you've also got any manga recommendations, I always like to hear more manga recommendations as well. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I know it was a little bit of a long one, but thank you very much for watching. Uh, that's all I can say basically. So bye.